Welcome back, Mullet Media. Ever wondered if your Commodore could handle like a performance machine without breaking the bank? We're taking a deep dive into the chassis and suspension upgrades that will completely transform its cornering, stability, and overall driving feel. Get ready to unlock the true potential of your Commodore and experience a ride you never thought possible. Some people just want to throw some springs in it, and that's one thing you can all do. Depending on what car you've got, lowering the vehicle and getting rid of some body roll is going to help bunch. So, super budget, go buy some springs. If you've got FE2s, you don't need to go that much lower. And depending on how much spring sag you've got in the top strut bush as well, that could already end up to 25mm. If you lower front and back, 25mm, go get yourself a wheel liner. It's going to make a difference. But if you want it to turn in harder, what you need is to get rid of those floppy rubber bushes on the front and fit some aftermarket urethane ones. Doesn't matter what brand, buy something and it'll make a difference cornering in. And if you don't really notice the difference, add caster. That's what the washers are for. Fix your wheel liner. Instead of it towing in a lot, tow it in less. You know, neutral if you need to, because if you just want to hit those twisties, that's what you want. You could also fit a budget pair of coilovers. Careful what you get out there, because these clevises don't even tighten down. So, and look, no washer. But unfortunately, with an IRS Commodore, adjusting the spring height in the back also means lots of neg camber and toe adjustment. So be careful. That's why a little bit can really help. Going too much is bad. If you're going to fit big wheels, want to fit one of these. Not sponsored. There's a sports cover out there that holds more fluid, and it has two bushes to replace the single bush on the back of your diff, giving you more traction, helping with squatting. Let's face it, if you're going to put 20s on, you need one of these. The old rule of thumb was 1 inch. If you've got 15-inch wheels on your car, you can put 16-inch wheels. 17s if you want to go all out. But these days, if you're going for looks, 18, 19s, 20s, not uncommon. But unfortunately, it's going to feel slower. It's going to turn in good, but it's going to feel slower. Then you might want to go for a diff ratio change. But hey, let's get back on topic. So can you imagine your Commodore carving the corners with precision, responding instantly to your every command and feeling incredibly stable? At the speed limit, of course. This isn't a dream. It's what's possible with the right chassis and suspension upgrades. Future video we've got coming, we're going to throw some different options in and improvement. Join us as we show you exactly how to achieve genuine transformation improvement in your Commodore's handling, making every drive an absolute joy. What is the science behind coilovers? How do they transform ride height and dampening for superior control? Well, that's a good question. Not that I heard you ask, but a coilover has spring adjustment, and you set the tension on the spring, and the stiffer you make it, the harder the ride, depending on its brand and what have you. You get adjustments for the rebound in the shaft itself, the shock. So this will change how it rebounds, and sometimes it can do more things. Bump and droop. So spring height on a coilover is not necessarily how high the vehicle sits. It's the rate. If you shorten this, the spring seat to the top, you make it denser, which is good for carrying more loads. Like, say you go put a supercharger on your car. Extra weight. You need more spring in the front. You can tension this. Or the coil has a part number on it and you can update it. Now, do we need adjustable arms? Well, I think it's VX, VY, VZ all have toe arms in the back, right? So the toe arms really help dial in the wheel alignment so you don't just shred your inside tyres. And unfortunately, when you lower a vehicle, you add camber. So on a street driven vehicle, 1 to 2 degrees of camber will make it sporty and make it drive nice. Anything more than 1.5 degrees is going to start chewing tyres though. And if you're drifting with like 4 or 6 degrees, you've got to have a good wheel alignment set up for that one. Neutral toe. And when you put your aftermarket caster bushers in, you can definitely make it handle better. I remember back in the day when everyone just fitted the same old stuff. Sway bar bushers, caster rod bushers, which is what that big thing is. It's a caster rod bush, big bush. All cars are the same. Well, some of the different design, but I'm just saying, you increase the caster bush, make it solid, it changes the feel. You feel the bumps in the road. It's like fitting a big pair of tyres. So yeah, unfortunately, standard wheels are better for that because of the better feel of the road. But yeah, these days there's so many different options on brands and where to get stuff. Is it any good? Well, trial and error. It might be good for someone, might be bad for someone else. At the end of the day, is it an improvement on 20-year-old parts? Yeah, it's going to be better. So, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that this has been informative. We are going to do a future video on making some of this stuff fit in the car, because it doesn't always fit, but that's what weekends are for, right? And yeah, we'll see if we can find a strut brace and really get this body stiff. All right. Yeah, that's a little teaser. Did you notice? It's a turbo, and there's no thing here either. Nice. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to all those return viewers of ours, and if you haven't subscribed, maybe think about hitting that button, because we want to bring more content to you. Do you want to see it?